Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again.
Lead flicker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin. Into his hands. And guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it. Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and
yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo, corta dentro, Ringo, touchdown! Georgia!
Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory, Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs. Sick 'em.
What's going on, Dawg Nation and Respect the Hedges family? Listen, man, it's almost that time. Spring ball is near. We've been fiending for some football. It's like, you know what I'm saying, football. I know the Super Bowl was a couple weeks ago, but college football fans, hey, listen, man, we need our fix, and we're here to give it to you, man. We're here to give it to you. Talk some Dogs spring ball coming up, man. But before we get into it, y'all know, here on Respect the Hedges, always brought to you by Tailgate Kings. That's right, man. I'm Coach I, man. This is Respect the Hedges, part of the Fan Addict Sports Network, man. We in here for another episode of Respect the Hedges. Before we get started, man, just a couple of things. If you're new to the channel, man, hit the like and subscribe. Bring some more dogs when you come back, man. We talking all dogs all the time, man. Listen, this channel is just, you know, former dogs and some DGD joining them just to talk some Georgia football, man. We also talk a little Georgia basketball on the channel. But just to let y'all know out there, man, we are the original former Georgia Bulldog player podcast. 2021, we started up. It was some people covering the sport, but we was the first to bring the former players on, man. So y'all might want to recognize that, man. Y'all know saying? Let me go ahead and bring some of them DGDs on up with me, man. First guy in the building is our guy, former DB, E-Rob, and baseball player. What's going on, E-Rob?
Hey, Coach, boy, it feels like we've been gone for a long time. I'm happy to be back. That history lesson you just gave them, hey, man, y'all better act like y'all know. We don't do nothing but championships around here. But look, check this out, man. You mentioned something in your intro about the Super Bowl and everybody wanting to get back to football. Well, I'm telling you, it felt like I was watching the 2022 national championship where I felt like I was watching the Dogs out there. There's so many of them Dogs out there on the Philly team. So, man, shout out to them boys. Them boys ringed up. They can't even hold their hand up no more, baby. They got rings all over the place. Them boys, hey, man, listen, NFL, let me go ahead and say this. So I got some time. It ain't but a few of us on the show tonight. Listen, NFL, if you're looking for some real football players who are well coached, who will take your team to the next level, well, you just saw it on the Super Bowl. I suggest you get your ass down to Athens and come holler at Kirby and the rest of them boys. Go Dogs.
Yes, go Dogs. That's right, man. That's right, man. Next one of our DGDs up in the building is former wide receiver. So I got Corey Allen. What's going on, C8?
Hey, man, I'm excited to be here, man. You know, whenever you go behind E-Rob, he going to get that blood pumping, man. Even though, you know, we didn't have the Dogs win it all, but it was a good sight to see all those young Bulldogs win the Super Bowl. So, you know, it's time to talk about spring ball. I got a lot more questions than answers, Coach. That's my biggest problem right now. I just look at what's going on overall, and Yeah, I got way more questions that I'm happy with. It feels familiar when I look at last year. The only difference is last year we thought we knew what we were going to get out of the quarterback play, but really a lot more questions. I'm anxious to see what you guys have for me, and we got to get it together because it's championship or bust every year.
Damn right.
That's right, man. Let's bring another one of our DGDs on, man. Tight end, you is former tight end, Javaris Johnson. What's going on, JV?
What's happening, good people? Hey, listen, man. E-Rog over here getting the crowd crunk. We get the party started. Look, I got on my Georgia boy
Let's go.
sweatshirt. You know what I'm saying? Everybody better recognize, man. We coming hard again this year. I can't wait to get crunk up. But ain't nothing like getting crunk up tonight with my guys. So, man, I'm looking forward to the discussion. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Yep.
Big facts, man. Big facts. We got some dolls in the chat already. Y'all know who it is. First lady always in the building first. They say we back, go dogs.
First lady.
She
Shout
say
out,
Brumby
first lady.
Hall, second floor, Sewell Hall, first floor. That's right, because you see Coach I representing Russell Hall, 3 West, 3 Wiz. We in the building, you know what I'm saying? Kate Hill in the building. She say go dogs. That's right.
I was going to get a Mac a shout out, but I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah. Don't do
Shout out to
Yeah, since y'all stunned. I mean,
shout out to the
man
escorts,
of the day
man.
now.
Hey, shout out to the hey. Hey man, let's get into this thing. Like E-Rob said, man, it's a walking advertisement in the Super Bowl for the Dogs,
Absolutely.
man. Especially if you on defense, man. Like, how can you deny it, dog? Like, you got literally 6 dogs on one side of the ball, man. Come on, man. What we doing? If you down to Georgia and a couple other schools, man, I'm just saying, all we can do is tell you we can get you to the league. We can't promise you, you know what I'm saying, 15 sacks. But we can promise you, you're gonna be a star in the league. That's all we can.
You want to go number 1 overall? Because we do that around here. You know what I'm saying?
We do that. We might be doing that here in April. By the way, we'll see how this go for our guy. They say, hey, it's some word out there that Michael moving up the boards, dog. That's all I'm saying. Yes, yeah. Hey,
a lot of people he
He got a hell of a stiff arm, man. He got that strong arm going on him. That's one thing he does have. That man is strong.
Shelby say somebody got a new cup, JV.
Hey, Coach, I got something real quick. I want to let me throw something out to the people in the comments and to everybody real quick. We got the combine coming up. I was reading this article right before we came on, and I got this question to all Dawg Nation. For the combine, Coach, where you at with it? Who has the fastest 40 time as a dog, and what was that time? All right, so I got a list of the top 6, right? So what's the fastest 40 time from a dog, and what is that time? Okay, so my bad. Okay.
Can I get a helper question? Did Champ go to the combine?
He did.
It was 4.29.
Anybody else got something?
Cole ran. What Cole do?
I think he did low 4.3. He ran low
4.31. He ran a 4.31.
McCole is in here, so he's in the top 6. So we got
he ran a 4.31.
We got McCole. What you got, JV?
Damn.
Oh, no. My bad. It's not Champ. It's Eric Stokes. It's Eric Stokes. He ran a 4.26 in COVID year.
He did you dirty, JB. Look how he cut you off. Cole got 2 guesses in.
Hey, look, I ain't had a first one. I was gonna follow with Champ.
Hey, Herschel. Yeah.
I'm about to say Herschel. Hey, yeah. Hey, look.
When in doubt,
y'all got it, Stokes. If Coach said it had to be true. So yeah, that one Stokes.
What's the top 4?
I'm not gonna get an answer right now. I'm gonna get the fans a chance to
there you go.
Okay.
We'll
put it in the parking lot.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So once you get in, Shelby, Susie, Kate, who do y'all think was it? Y'all don't even have to tell us the time. Just tell us who y'all thought.
Yeah, who you think? Right. Yep.
Fastest Georgia Bulldog to perform at the combine. And we'll continue and we'll come back to that question. But CA mentioned it when he came on. We do have a lot of questions. We return, so we have returning starters, but then there's also returning production. But in Kirby's era, I want to say this may be the second lowest
Yep.
production returner. And part of that is because we don't have Carson Beck, Arian Smith, and Dominic Levitt. A lot of production was between them, and on defense, Starks and Dan Jackson. That's losing those guys. That's a lot of production. But we got some guys coming back on offense. We got 6 guys with starting experience coming back, and that's 3 linemen: Michael Morris, Ernest Green, and Monroe Freeland. 1 wide receiver: Dylan Bell, Oscar Delp, and then Nate Frazier. You also got guys like Lawson Lucky, Cash Jones, Rod Robinson. Those guys coming back that have experience. Drew Bobo,
and maybe Kobe Young.
And maybe Kobe Young, right as of right now, I think he's headed in the right direction to be back with the Dogs this spring. He could already be back for all I know. I know he was still in Athens once he got released early back before the SEC championship. So I think
I've been seeing him post kind of post consistently too. So I'm thinking so.
Man,
okay.
That's
so
good.
Shout out to him. So all right, we got us another answer for the 40. Kate Hill is projecting that Arian's going to be the.
You can't project.
Okay, rules around here.
Just come on now.
So on offense, some of them questions, like CA was saying, man, we got 2. Technically, we got 3 offensive line spots up. Now, Ernest Green was a starter, lost his starting spot. His freshman year, he was a little better than he was last year. So I'm assuming he ahead of the competition, but that's one of those spots we're looking at. We're looking at Drew Bobo at the center position, but he got some that's not a lockdown either. And then the other guard spot. I think the only 2 we know probably going to start is Michael Morris at one of the guard spots and Monroe Freeland at one of the tackle spots. So I'm we got some guys, but we ain't got a lot of experience, Rob. I mean, what you think about that? That O-line, but this is what I say about that. O-line played terrible last year.
Yes.
So
I knew you were going now.
So I mean, part of that is I'm looking forward to it because it's got to get better, right?
Well, Coach, I mean, you would think that, but for me, I am not very confident in that offensive line coach. I don't know him personally, but I'm not that confident in him. So I'm not just gonna throw it out there like, oh yeah, they're just gonna be better. I don't know. I don't know if he could do it. I know that we had, like you said, we have some dudes over there. We've recruited well. There's talent over there. Now I need somebody to kind of take that clay and mold that clay, get that clay shaped up to something I'm used to seeing. So, and I don't know if this guy can do it. So hopefully, I would imagine Kirby's going to put a lot of emphasis on that position, and a lot of emphasis this spring of him trying to find 5, 6, 7 guys that he can count on. So, they better tighten up.
Right. I want to see less merry-go-round on the line. We saw a lot of merry-go-round on the line, man. We didn't know what people was playing, and some of that was injury, and some of that was just poor play, JB. I don't know. What's your thoughts going into the spring for this O-line, man?
Look, they could almost balled a lot of them up and put them in a 5-13, man, because they played terrible last year. Very much uncharacteristically of what we expect from a Georgia O-line to look like. And I don't care if it's a first-year guy or a fifth-year guy. We need those guys to be the bell cows of our team. I mean, that's going to be who's going to have to drive our team, the 2 lines of scrimmage. On both offense and defense, those are going to be the positions that drive our team this year. So we need to get more out of them. And we got 5 new ones in there. I almost don't expect them to be no worse than the 5 that we had in there last year.
Right. And I'm pretty sure that's one of your questions, right, CA, the O-line, because that's where it all started in the trenches, man. If our O-line ain't good, the running game is going to suffer. The quote QB, whoever that may be, going to suffer. Shouty getting in, say he's scared of the 2 tackle spots with even with Ernest Green and Monroe Freeland coming back. So your thoughts on the O-line and what we need to see, at least from the spring, man. I know they ain't gonna be fall ready, but we need to see a little something. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot going on, to be honest with you. But the way I look at it, I can't isolate the offensive line. My question is, what position group did do well? when I look at all of them across the board, I'll put the tight end group as the one that might have had a chance to perform at least close to par, because we had a drop in expectation with losing Brock. But I think at the end of the season, they actually were probably the more explosive unit. But when I look at my receiver group, running back room, O-line, quarterback room, it was all disappointing. I don't have confidence in any of it. So, I can't single them out. I see it all across. I'm looking for a lot of questions to be answered as far as who's willing to step up, who's being developed. That's why we question what's going on with Stacey Searles in that offensive line room, because we recruit that room well, but we're not seeing the production, especially in the last, in this last 12 months. And that's the same thing, at the quarterback spot. Mike Bobo's been under the gun. I try to defend it, but this year, it is what it is. I'm gonna skate around the whole offense, coach. It's all my receiver room. I don't believe in none of it right now, because we led the nation in drops. What I'm gonna do believing in that? Come on, dog. So, we got a lot that we still have to prove to ourselves. Spring is huge for us. We got to develop confidence on offense. That offensive line is extremely important, because, of course, we got to win at the point of attack. But I just think we got so many gaps to fill. Everybody needs to focus. But the offensive line is one of the units, but they're not by themselves.
Right. I think we had some talent at running back, but you're right. The production wasn't there. I think some of that was not having holes. We did a couple, looking at film, especially after the Kentucky game and the SEC, we took some stuff, and I felt like they could have been a little bit better with a little bit of more help. But you're right. They didn't have the production that we used to at running back the past couple of years, 2021, 22, and even before then, man. We used to having running backs, make it happen. Whether it's Dylan, anybody from Dylan Edwards all the way down to Nick Chubb, we just ready. We used to running backs making it happen. Now, I am excited to see what Nate Frazier can do in his second year. But what I want to see is, or what I want to know going into the spring is, who gonna back him up? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I like Rod Robinson, but he went down he came in, was decent, and then he went down with an injury. The other Robinson, Branson, he's been hurt twice. I like Cash on third downs, but like, I don't know if we want Nate to be the bell cow. We got the young guy coming in, what's his name? Bo Walker. So we'll see. We got Dwight Phillips, the second back there, more like a scat back. And then we got what's his name? Chauncey
Bowers.
Chauncey Bowens. Chauncey Bowens. Yeah. So but again, all unproven, like CA said, not a lot of production either. So that's something what we gotta look at. With the wide receiver room, we did lead the nation in drops. Most of those guys are gone, and we got an infusion of talent coming out of the transfer portal, recruiting, and some guys that were waiting their turn. JV, out of the wide receiver room, who you most excited to see, or are you excited to see any of them?
I'm actually, coach, I'm gonna have to be. Because we're gonna need some guys to give us some production, and we got some good young talent. Like, let's make no mistake about it. We got some great young talent. I'm really hoping that Nitro Tuggle steps the game up and comes on like we hoped that he would have a little bit last year. I'm hoping that one of these new guys come in and surprise us, be it CJ Wiley or did I just get his name wrong?
Yeah.
Or okay, Wiley, or or one of the older guys. I was gonna say one. Maybe we can get Colby back and he can step his game in. Step his game back up and catch back up to where we felt like he was going to be last year. So we got some guys who, we can be surprised by, and some guys that we got a lot of hope in. I'm kind of like CA. I just don't have the absolute confidence that they'll be ready. And so that's what concerns me, because I had confidence last year that we'll be better.
Mm-hmm. Right. Another one of our DGGs joining us, former wide receiver, Shawty Parker on the road. What's going on, Shawty?
Gentlemen, what's happening?
What's up with it?
What's going on?
Hey, man, just in here talking about these positions, man. Like, it's a lot
right
of positions
on
up for grab on that offense, man. And right now, we done moved into that wide receiver group. Any of the newly found wide receivers that you looking forward to? Me and you. By the way, if y'all haven't checked out, check out the wide receiver video that me and Shawty did. We gave a little information on the recruits that we got from the 2025 class.
Well, right before I hop into the receiving core, that what makes this so hard. I kind of would see I got more questions than answers because speaking of the receiver room, generally when we think that we have weaknesses in an area, we're able to address that area immediately. That's what we did with the wide receiver room and going to the transfer portal. But when you're talking about the offensive line, that's something that you don't generally go to the portal and get because you don't have good offensive linemen in the portal. So
Right.
us not getting to the portal, we have to rely on what we've done with recruiting. That's why some of you guys have hit it on the head. It's so important to see what that coaching team, Surreal, is doing with the development of this talent that we have. Right?
Right.
So in terms of the wide receiver room, I think we did a great job, and that's something that Kirby Smart has done throughout his tenure. Anytime we think we have a problem, we address it immediately. And I think we went out into the portal and got 3 immediate possible starters, 2 for sure.
For sure.
And not
For sure.
starters have been proven in the SEC. So I like what we have done with the receiving room. I think it's going to actually be a strength this year as opposed to a weakness.
I hope so.
I think so.
Man,
I'm actually
come on, talk to me, boy. I need to hear that.
I'm actually high on this wide receiver group too. I know we talked about the 2025 recruits, 2 of which we think will get on the field, not just because we have a whole bunch of new faces, but because talent wise, I just see them. I have to assume that their work ethic is going to be there, and with that work ethic and the talent combined, CJ Wiley and Taylor, man, I see both of those guys getting some snaps. Now in the transfer portal, we went and got Noah Thomas and Zachariah Branch from USC. Like them dudes getting on the field like right now. You know what I'm saying? Noah Thomas 6'6", all like legit 6'6" and can run and then we get Kobe Young back. Like again, I get that we definitely led the nation in drops, but I don't see this group of guys being that same way because like Shawty alluded to, so these guys got experience, whereas Kobe Young, Noah Thomas, and Zachariah Branch in playing big boy football in the power conferences, one in the Big Ten and then the other 2 in the SEC. So that group I'm actually excited about. Outside of the old line, the group, I want to know who's backing up Nate Frazier. I just want to see somebody step up. I personally would like to see Dylan Bell get some touches back there, but this is his money year, so he may not want to.
He probably don't want to do that. Yeah.
I if he don't, I understand it, but just for the team aspect, I like what we saw from him his sophomore year when he was getting touches in that backfield because he has that running back body. Now, Michael Rattler joining us, say love the show, appreciate it. Go Dawgs, appreciate you supporting the channel, my guy. And I wanted to shout out Cash Money Jacks 2013, say go Dawgs, appreciate that. But now for the position that run it all, and that's quarterback.
We're gonna be here a minute.
Woo. All right.
We're gonna be here a minute.
Right. I'm a back clean up on this. E-Rob, I'm gonna go ahead and let you lead hit on this, man. Give me your thoughts on the QB position, whatever that might be. Confidence, not confidence, battle, no battle. What we doing?
First off, I'm gonna say this. I already know where you stand on it, so I ain't gonna say nothing, but I already know where you stand on it. I'm gonna let you know where I stand, man. So I feel like Gunner Stockton has been here, has been in the program. I feel totally, after watching him play these last 2 games, I feel totally confident in him being able to run the offense and do what we need to get done. More importantly, and we touched on it, it's going to be about the guys around him. If we're looking for him to come out and be a Heisman, no, that's not what I'm expecting, and that's not what we need. We need these other dudes to be dudes, and then he just got to run the ship. You know what I'm saying? Just drive the car, and I know that he can do that. With that being said, he has a quarterback competition that he's going through this spring with damn, I can't say his name.
Ryan Puglisi.
Puglisi. And here's the thing. I feel like it's probably going to be Gunner who wins the job, but I think that guy, is going to be a true competition. If Puglisi does win the job, let's go. Because that means he has done it consistently long enough for them to trust him. And like I said, I just need somebody to drive the car. I don't need you to do nothing spectacular. Just drive the car. Don't throw the ball to the other team. Not asking for a whole bunch here.
Right, right. Before we move on to JVCA, what questions do you have about that quarterback position? Whether it be battle, whether it be skill, whether it be whatever. What? Because I know you say you got questions, and I know QB got to be a question.
Huge question marks. I mean, just development in itself. Am I going to get the Gunner that I saw last year, or will I get a more crisper passer, from the pocket? I know he's athletic, but I'm looking for development. Ryan Puglisi came in highly rated and regarded. Mike Bobo, what you doing with him? What have you been doing with him? Will it show in the spring? So I think Puglisi is probably the more talented kid or the more talented passer. I think Gunner should have a better grasp on the offense, but it needs to show as far as him being able to move the chains and keep players involved in more than one position. So I'm anxious to see how we even try to roll it out. I'll be honest with you. I'd love to see a tough competition. I'm rooting for the young kid. I'm rooting for Puglisi. I want us to be able to be explosive. I think I'm looking for us to, threaten the defense downfield on a consistent basis. That way it gives us a chance to open up the offense. Who'll be the guy? I'm not certain yet. But I think we got a lot of questions to answer. Leadership at the position is going to be important.
Big facts. And you mentioned moving the chains, man. I heard a former Dawg or
Great
saw a
point,
former
CA.
Dawg on Twitter
Leadership.
say last year in 2024, every time we got a first down, it felt like an accomplishment, and that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
first
saw that too,
downs,
and that was the truth.
right?
The
And
truth.
first down, it was absolutely word for word the truth, man. And first downs prior to 2024 were expected and things we got on a regular basis, and so much so, like even just an example in the Notre Dame game when the kid got the flag, for being on the sideline. I knew then when we wasn't on
I
the
knew
11
too.
degrees, I was like, we're not gonna score a touchdown.
We're not gonna score.
Hey, the football guys don't like ugly. We ain't know how to act.
Right. So,
Yeah.
all right, JV, CAA, man. CAA has a lot of good questions and comments about this QB position, man. What's your status on it?
You know what? I mean, we saw what Gunner Stockton, man, had to offer us in the the playoff games last year. And real talk, man, again, he didn't play terrible. I think that he got let down more so by the folks around him than he let the team down in any aspect of his play. I can't complain about what I saw out of him, but I can tell you this though, I do want more from that position. So if Puglisi can be that guy, then cool. What I do like about the fact that Puglisi, if it's a real battle, if he's battling Gunner for the starting position, he actually came and enrolled, with a guy who was a 5-star ahead of him. He didn't shy away from that. He never even seemed like he was hesitant about his decision to come to Georgia. And then when Buddy left and went over to Nebraska, he's sitting in a seat that realistically any 5-star would want to be sitting in at being a potential starter for the University of Georgia football team. And so he has an opportunity. Gunner's been there. He has an opportunity. One of these guys needs to separate themselves, though, because I don't want to have a situation where whoever's the starter feels like they're there because they edged you out at the line by a nose. I want somebody to separate themselves and show us what we really can be on this offense.
I like all of that, JV. Now, up to bat is the guy who's always, in a good way, constructively critical of the QB position. I need my guy to give us the real. What you think on this QB position? Give it to us raw, shouty.
Give me a drink.
I'm gonna say going back to the coaching staff and the portal again. This is a year where we did not go into the portal to get, as you want to say, maybe a veteran or another quarterback to push competition. So to the coaching staff point, I think they feel comfortable with who they're gonna have at the 1 and 2 position at the quarterback spot. So I'm gonna say shout out to the coaching staff for that. But me personally, being a fan, I want Ryan to win the job because this reminds me of, the Stetson Bennett and JT thing. I feel like I know I feel like I know what, Gunner ceiling is. As good as he is, as long as he's been in the system, that's why I want Ryan to beat him out, because I feel like I know what I'm gonna get with Gunner. And if Ryan can beat him out, I feel like we're in that much better of a position. But at the same time, with all that being said, I thought I knew where Stetson's ceiling was. So hey,
Thank you. Thank you, because you said the
Big
same thing
facts.
about Stetson. The
Big
same
facts.
thing.
Big
But I
facts.
feel the
Big
same
facts.
way, Thad. Exact same way.
You know, same
Right.
way.
Listen, like Erod mentioned it earlier. He definitely knows where I stand on this. But listen, one thing is, I did some more research. So this is where I stand first and foremost. I'm with Shawty. I'm with CA. Like think I know what Gunner's gonna give us, and do I think that's good enough? And this is what a lot of Dawg fans and Respect the Hedges fans have to remember when we're talking about these things. We're not talking about these things as in, oh, we're gonna lose 5-6 games. We're talking about these things as in, will it help us win another natty? That's where we are. Like if we say, oh, it don't look good, we don't have no answers, it means we don't look good, don't have no answers as far as winning a natty. We always gonna compete in the SEC and you know what I'm saying, be top 3 there. So that's not the thing. We're talking about winning national championships. And I was on here and I was with Shawty. I did not think one of the reasons why I did not think Stetson could lead us is because he was too cavalier with the ball. And but he honed that in. And listen, again, I was glad to be proven wrong. And I hope that regardless of what happens, maybe I'm proven wrong again. But I feel like Gunner is not Stetson. After seeing what Stetson could be, I don't feel like athletically he's Stetson. And I think people think because he's a dual threat that he is. I think he's physical when he runs the ball, but he's not as twitchy. He's not as agile, and he definitely ain't straight line speed Stetson. He doesn't have the arm talent passing wise that Stetson had. But he didn't hurt us like JV said in that Notre Dame game. But to CA point and Shawty point, I don't want a quarterback that ain't hurt us. I want a quarterback that's going to help us. That's two different things. That's like playing not to lose and playing to win. I want somebody that's going to be able to help us play to win and win these national championships. So if Puglisi can beat him out, because I do think he's the more talented passer, Gunner definitely has a hold on the offense better than him. He should. I mean, and the players seem to love him. But this was my biggest issue when people tell me Gunner's the man and it shouldn't be a quarterback position. Anytime you listen to any pundit, whether it be local YouTube guy or national media, they never talk about Gunner's tangibles. They always talk about his intangibles. And if you're talking about a quarterback that can lead a national championship, we need to be able to talk about the physical stuff that he can actually do. Other than he drive a truck, the coaches like the players like him. He's a Georgia boy. He got a lot of moxie. Ain't nobody talked about him being able to layer the ball. Ain't nobody talked about his touch. Ain't nobody talked about him reading defenses, his pocket presence. Like, that's letting me know that there's something still to be desired there. But yet, you watch some of the current players.
Cook.
Ryan said you watch some of these current players' podcasts. They talk about the physical talent that Ryan Puglisi has. Immediately when he came into bowl practice, they was like, one guy talked about like the throw that some of the throws he was making, they hadn't even seen before, not even out of Carson. I'm not saying the guy's better than Carson or worse. I'm just telling you what the players said. So that's why I stand.
Just like that argument from 2 years ago. I mean, it's just
listen,
like,
you're right.
I mean,
right.
exactly. Word for word.
And Erod, if it turns out the same way, then 2 years from now, I'm gonna make the same argument. If it means we're gonna win a natty, you know what I'm saying? It is. We gotta talk about what we see right now, not what hindsight is always 2020. And I think a lot of people I'm not one of these people that still bag on Stetson. I think Stetson one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played with Georgia. He changed my mind that much. But
he was excellent in 2022. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the country in 2022. He was excellent.
Right.
That's what you're saying. That's what he's saying. Like, at least with Stetson, we saw the tangible things that
because he played games. He only played 2 games. Let this man play more than 2 games before you say what he can't do. That's all.
We don't see
my point.
You need to feed them hamsters, Shawty.
I'm on the road. But
he on the road. Yeah.
Say to Coach point with Stedman, at some point we did see those tangible things that he could offer. So in terms of Gunner, to give him a chance to see the tangible thing that he can do, we can't give him as much rope as Stetson had. We just can't afford to do it this year. So he can't come in and make
That
mistakes.
part.
He got to be that far and far beyond better than Ryan all year long.
Right.
I take
JB,
that. I agree.
you was gonna chime in too.
I take that.
No, I think
No,
Shot is spot on with it. I mean, listen, man. At the end of the day, we got realistically two quarterbacks that we can think of right now. We don't know who might be rising up from the ranks. You know, I was really kind of excited
Right.
that we got that young kid out of
Clark
what was it,
Central.
Cedar Grove or Clark
Clark
Central?
Central. Yeah.
Clark
yeah.
Central. Not
Hezekiah
that I was
Melinda.
Hezekiah, I'm looking for him.
yeah. Not that it will. I don't think that we have a freshman come in and play quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, but I was excited to see him. You know, get in there and get into school. So you know where we are with the quarterbacks that we have. I think we're going to be competitive because again, the leash might be short. I hope it ain't so short that it kills the dynamic nature of what we're going to need on offense. But I think the leash is going to be short. We'll see what we got, man. Spring gonna be here before we know it. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of a look because you know we ain't gonna get much out of Kirby.
Right. The spring practices
I
started in
like
about
that.
2 weeks, I think. Susie says, but don't that have something to do with the offense coordinator and quarterback coach? Food for thought. Yeah, coaching them up, yes, but talent, like, listen, man, listen, if you've been playing for 19, 20 years and you can't layer the ball, it is not gonna start in 3 months. That's just like there's different styles of quarterback. Now, this is what I'll say, and I mentioned to E-Rob. I did go back and watch some because again, the most film we have on Gunner, other than the couple of games he played last year, is high school film. If we this is my biggest issue, and it's not even with Gunner per se, it's with Gunner in our offense. We run a pro style offense, and Gunner is more of a RPO read option quarterback. If we ran a more of a RPO read option offense, kind of like a Oregon, I think Gunner could do just as much as Dylan Gabriel did, with Oregon last year. But we don't. He's gonna have to sit back there, read defenses and stuff. Now, unless Bobo got something in store, and we'll get to see some of that as the season unfold. But I'm like y'all. I just want a healthy quarterback competition, and may the best man win. Do I think Gunner can lead us to an SEC championship? Absolutely. Right now, do I think he can win a natty? Right now, I don't think he can win a natty, but that's not to say that we can't make it to the second or third round. I don't know, but right now, I don't think he can win.
Who won the natty this year? Who were the four quarterbacks in the playoffs this year? That's what I'm saying. Just tell me about these dudes. So the dude at Ohio State, you think he dynamic or some great damn quarterback?
I think he got more passing arm talent than Gunner, dog.
He's not. Come on, dog. He's nothing special. He had an all-world wide receiver out there who just was mousing cats. Dog. He just throw it up there and he'll just mouse.
He threw it to a lot of receivers, though. I'm just saying, man. Come on.
Notre Dame. Notre Dame quarterback.
No
He's great.
I think Gunner is better than Notre Dame's quarterback. Yes.
Okay. And who else?
Oh yeah, no argument with you there. I thought that they was trash anyway.
Right.
Let's tread light, fellas. Come on. Y'all know. I agree, but what happened on the field did happen.
The other
it did. We played like trash too. We put ourselves out there.
Right, and I don't think Gunner lost us that game, against Notre Dame. Like you said, it was a talent around it. But again, like I said, it's one thing to not lose a game as opposed to win a game. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. I think there's limits.
I agree with it. I agree with that, Coach. Real quick, what I wanted to say, I would love to see if Gunner wins the job. I hope we do. He needs to be successful by design. Like that Oregon scheme.
I'm telling you,
that does fit him, and that's a Mike Bobo conversation. And if you don't know I'm a Mike Bobo fan by this point, and you watching this show, you ain't been paying attention. But even I know that this is going to be his responsibility. Whoever wins the job, he better cater the offense to him because we got to have success. I need my defense to get some rest. I need for these guys to be ready. And the thing that I was looking at that you just brought up, Coach, because we all know spring ball is important for development. But when we look across the landscape right now, colleges are getting rid of spring game. I mean, they're going to this pro style of just development in the offseason with no spring game. Do you think at some point, my question to the panel, do you think we're going to entertain that at some point? giving up the spring game, allowing development, developing the roster, and then just pushing everything into the regular season. Because I think the spring game is great for recruiting. It gives people a chance to come on our campus, which is a piece that separates us. But this is a business. So, just because I see other teams doing it, that's my question. Do you think that's going to be something we face with?
That's a great question.
I was going to say, I think, these teams that are canceling spring games are coming more from the standpoint of right after the spring game, guys hitting the portal, other teams poaching their players. I don't think it necessarily has so much to do with the development. I just think it's more of a time frame thing, and when the portal opens up.
Okay.
And to that, Shawty,
how does not playing a game?
Well, this is to Shawty's point. This is supposed to be the last year for the 2 windows for the portal. There's now up until this point, there's been the December portal and the spring portal at the end of April. This is supposed to be the last spring portal. There's only going to be 1 portal going forward. So, to that point, the first guy that did it was Matt Rule in Nebraska. He canceled because he said, "Well, it gives opponents another chance to see my guys and to poach my guys and stuff like that." This is my
from seeing them in the game, seeing them in the spring game.
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is what I told
get rid of the portal opportunity. They'll get rid of they'll bring back the game. You think?
Well, I think less coaches will be worried about it, but this is my point. If they had the portal and you trying to stop having the game, like for the Nebraska, say I don't want guys to poach my. So when Kirby go out and he want to go in the portal, right? He ain't just telling his staff to research all starters. Don't just research all starters, guys. Kirby telling them research everybody. I don't care if they played in the spring game or not. I want to know what their 4-star.
Okay. Right.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the coaches that do their due diligence, whether they want your player or not, like the spring game,
I didn't get it.
Stop that.
I didn't get that. Right. I guess I don't get it. Yeah.
Go ahead, Shawty. Go ahead,
me down about the spring game. I'm glad you said that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, dog, the spring game. Because I told him, I said the spring game ain't nothing but the 4th scrimmage in spring,
right?
And they bring cameras in. At the end of the day, word of mouth travels just as far, and then people still know who you recruited. Like we know
they all know these kids from the recruiting trail.
So if South Carolina don't have no spring game, people gonna forget Eric Nolan plays for South Carolina. Like they know what he was in high school. If they want Eric Nolan and Eric Nolan wants to hit the portal, Eric Nolan gone, man. Not putting it on TV ain't gonna stop that. Them dollars. If you want to stop coaches, if you want to stop people from poaching players, you gotta limit.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that portal. Yeah.
If you have to, if you limit transfers, then you can't. Like if you can only transfer once or twice, then you can't poach players.
Right.
What y'all think about that? Y'all okay with that? Y'all okay with limiting transfers? I am.
Yeah. I mean, I think that with the current system, man, if you transfer twice, then you've used up all your eligibility for transferring. But coach, jumping back to that real quick though, I don't care if every coach in the SEC counseled and if it was an option. I don't think that Kirby would do it because I think that Kirby is a true coach that builds his team off of the competitive spirit and nature of his guys going against each other. That's who we recruit. That's why guys come to Georgia. They don't come to Georgia to get, oil money bags. They don't come to Georgia in collective or NIL money. They come to Georgia to get developed. They come to Georgia to play in a program that the NFL scouts look at as the feeder system for NFL championship Super Bowl champion.
Yep.
There you go. And so that's my thinking on it, man. Maybe and none of these coaches that are really counseling come off as a hardcore football guy. Like Kirby tends to seem like a hardcore football guy. They seem kind of yeah.
Boy, come on, JB.
Kirby
they're worried about the budget.
Right, and Kirby said, "Listen, man, if I sit here and act like I don't have to worry about the portal every year, then I'm just naive." He said, "I know the portal out there, but you either want to be in Athens or you don't." And then at the end of the day, people gonna find your players whether you televise a 2-hour scrimmage or not. People gonna find your players.
They
dog.
know
Like,
we got the #1 recruiting class every year. Number 2, they know that. They know what a
Like-
I mean, come on.
So we just, you know what I'm saying, we just got a 5-star in Talon Taylor. So if he get, let's say he got a family emergency and he can't play in the spring game. You think coaches forget about this guy that he was a 5-star coming in? They still gonna try to poach him, dog. Like
Absolutely.
being on TV, don't. I mean, I just think that for me, that's the state. That's for people like JD said. That's not Kirby. I feel like Kirby is a football guy. I think he just like, and not to mention, I'm gonna tell you what else gonna stop this. Donors like to go to the spring game. Let the donors stop giving money. I bet you put them spring games back on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't think we have to worry about that in Athens. What's going on, Carlo? Appreciate you getting in, my guy.
What's up,
big bro?
So, but that's how I feel. I don't know, Shawty, I know you had some. You was going in and out, but I think you had something else to say about them spring games too.
Oh no, good.
Okay. But yeah, man, this spring coming up, man, we got a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. Actually, this will be the first spring game I'm going to since '93K. I ain't been to a spring game.
Let's go, coach. I see you there, baby.
Right. I'm gonna try to catch you before you. I'm gonna try to catch you at the beginning.
You should. You should, my dog.
I wasn't gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna be there too. You know, catch us early, coach, because I might get on the field. I'm gonna get out there. I think I'm gonna take my son out there, but you know, pregame is imperative. So you know,
right. Hey, listen,
that's
man,
where the politicking is.
Right, we got to hit the social club where you the honorary mayor. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, coach, real quick, y'all do this every time, man. We talked about the spring. Y'all talked offense. We ain't mentioned no defense, man. Do y'all got any questions on the defense? Stop doing this to my side of the.
Listen,
that's love.
Honest, I
that's
got
love.
questions, but
we got caught up.
But we got more questions about offense than we do about. Like I got some.
Really?
So
Not me.
defensively. So defensively, okay, let's get. But we still got time. So defensively, we return starting wise with starting experience. Defensive lineman Christian Miller, linebacker C.J. Allen, Raylan Wilson, both corners Dalen Everett and Daniel Harris, safety freshman All-American KJ Bolden, and star Jonel Aguero, and others with experience, defensive lineman Jordan Hall, outside linebacker Gabe Harris, linebacker Chris Cole, safety Ja'Cory Thomas, and not to be forgotten, our Ray Guy finalist, Brett Thorsten, who ended the season with a knee injury. So I'm interested to see how he's recovering because he's literally one of the best punters in the nation, one of the best kickers in the conference in the nation, Peyton Woodring, and a Patrick Manley Award finalist, and Bo Gardner. That's our long snapper. Shout out to Bo. Bo is returning for his senior year. Listen, that I think Shawty mentioned, like, when we need something. Listen, when we need something, he say, Kirby, go get it out the portal. Bo Gardner last year was a finalist for the Long Snapper of the Year award. We got him out of the portal from UCLA. That's what I'm saying. You tell me that this coaching staff
and he got a check. Act like he didn't get a check.
Absolutely, long snapper. That's what I was saying. That's why I was smiling.
J-Dawg I'm late. He said, I'm late, but I'm here.
What's
Go,
up,
Dawg.
Jay?
Appreciate you, J-Dawg. Yes, J-Dawg, we're on to the defense now. We spent a good portion of the show talking about Mr.
A lot of flaws.
So make sure you get it. Make sure you're a part of the replay gang and go back and watch the replay and give us your comments in the comment section, dog. Let us know what you're thinking, and we'll address it on the next show. But we're talking about that defense, man. That defensive line got some spots open, E-Rock.
Hey, man, Jordan Hall is going to be the key, man. He was hurt.
Talk to me.
Bad tibias last year. He's the key because, I mean, he was brought in to be that next dude. So it looks like he has some talent. He was going to get a chance to play a lot last year, kept getting hurt. So I'm looking for him to be an X factor. He has to be a playmaker. Christian Miller, he flashed last year. Now I'm gonna need that flash to stay. I need to stay lit, dog. Be consistent. Be that dude every game that's just wrecking shop. We get back to having those kind of dudes up front. Everything else works.
That's right, man. And I forgot to mention Xavier McLeod. He was in and out with injury, but when he did play, he made a difference.
Played pretty good.
That's the thing. If we can get these guys, him and Jordan Hall especially, to stay healthy, they can help out Christian Miller. And I think those three guys, with the guys that's backing them up, Joseph, Jonah, Jonye, the guy, like they expect big things out of him, and he ended up getting injured too. So like I'm looking for all these guys and like to be some of those guys that Shawty always refer to as those special guys, because you're right, E-Rob. We talked about it, like me and Cal talked about it on the front seven video. When you got them guys up front, it made life easy for everybody.
Everything else worked.
Yep. We returned all of our linebackers, so that's encouraging. Again,
they got to play better.
Right, CJ Allen definitely. He played pretty good, but we expect more out of CJ Allen. Chris Cole flash, and I'm looking for him to play that Jalen Walker role pretty much. Coming into this year. And then I'm interested, right? And I'm interested in that safety battle. That safety battle, though, that's what I'm looking for. The one is who's gonna play opposite KJ Bolden and fill Dirty Dan shoes. That's what I want to know.
I think Jonell. Hey, Coach, I got a guy at every level. I got Jordan Hall, I got Chris Cole, I got Jonell Aguero. I think these guys are gonna have a chance to step up and have a lot of opportunity to make plays with the gaps that they got to fill. Chris Cole's an athlete. He's a freak of nature at that linebacker spot. We've all mentioned Jordan Hall. We've been waiting on him for a year or so now to step up. And I think Aguero has been through enough to where he's tired of waiting. I think he's actually got dog in him. He comes from a hell of a program in high school, and he's ready to take his turn. He had to wait a little longer than he expected, but he's physically got the tools. I'll be honest with you. When I saw him get ejected or close to it in the Texas game, I was like, okay, he's ready to bring some wood with him too.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
That's going to be big for us. Yeah, let's go ahead and be that way then. I like it.
Right, Shawty, what's your thoughts on the defense, or questions, or what you looking for on the defense in the spring?
I mean, with the way that we recruit, Coach, that's why there's not so many questions on the defense, because with the way we recruit, we just so athletically gifted, and I just don't really see us having any issues. I just know we all know there's levels to this game. We have the athlete, but you said it earlier, like I always mention. I'm looking for the special players. We got to have that special guy with his hand in the dirt, because those are the guys that's closest to the quarterback. And those are going to cause the most confusion. I love KJ Bolden. He's a special player. He graded out, I think, at an 88. All-American. I love that. That's great. But I need some special players with their hand in the dirt.
Yep.
Right. And one of my guys I'm looking for, he played early in the season, but then didn't get in a lot. He made some waves. Quentin Johnson.
Okay. Man, Coach, you pulling them out.
Listen, they say that dude be in practice being the bully, dog. Like, I mean, he's got to learn the defense or whatever. So I'm looking for that guy to come in, and I'm with CA, man. Chris Cole just looked like a all-world athlete, special talent at linebacker. Like, he can play any linebacker spot we need him to play. Robert, what's going on? RE getting in. He say, my boy James Harris. Stay rooting for him. One of my guys coached him in high school. That is the safety, if I'm not mistaken.
Put him out there, Bert. All right, Jaden. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. If you put your hands on him, he must be about something then.
Right. And he out there for that safety. That's, like I say, that safety spot is open. We do have Ja'Cory Thomas coming back, has some experience. But JV, defensively, you said you did have some questions.
I ain't really had that many questions. I was just front. But what I do want to see, Coach, is
you just mess with E-Rod.
No, I mean, like, seriously, like what? Like, okay, so Shawty talk about special guys. We had guys so special that at this point, one of them, his second year in, is considered probably the best D lineman in the entire NFL. That's how special he was on our team, right? And we saw it from the time he was a freshman playing behind some of those guys, or redshirt freshmen. And so, I want to see these guys, those front 4 to 5 guys who line up, like Shawty said, with their hand in the dirt. I want to see those guys come out there and be able to win a one-on-one matchup, because that's something that we struggle with. We couldn't get any pressure. And I need to see guys hunt up the middle and be physical, not just hold on to the point of attack, but actually push the line back a yard so that we're playing on their side of the line of scrimmage. We hadn't really been seeing that. And we're doing a lot of catching, which is probably one of the reasons why our linebackers ain't playing as good as they were.
Absolutely.
When we had some of those higher, more monstrous type of front guys up there, those front D linemen. We got to get guys who change the line of scrimmage while they kicking some ass on the way to the ball. We don't need guys that's just going to be standing up there holding on to a block so that then nobody at least gets on our side. We need to attack. That's what we've become used to. That's what we've seen. And I promise you, if that happens a little bit more, our linebackers will play just that much better because the traffic is less back there in their faces when you got defensive linemen attacking.
Right.
So I need guys to be able to win.
We need those guys that demand double team.
Hit it on the head, JV.
And still can
Absolutely,
win. Like you say, JV, that allow our linebackers to freely roam, and the offensive line then can't be focused on climbing to the second level like they was able to do in 2024 because they worried about those guys. So hopefully, we need these guys to stay healthy first and foremost, and we need these guys to do what we know they can do. Jordan Hall, Christian Miller, Joseph Jonah Jonye, Xavier McLeod. Some of these newcomers, listen, man.
Hold up, Coach. Wait a minute, Coach. You can't. We've been challenging every coach at every spot too. Hey, we love Trey Scott. Hey, get it done.
Get it done.
We need it because we need it.
He had a talent last year. Those guys were solid, but those guys weren't great. No, those guys that left, they weren't great. They just weren't great.
That's a bar he set. I'm only asking him to reach a bar he set. I can't do no more than that.
Hey, he is on he is on worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? He is on worst enemy.
He showed it to me. I want more.
Okay. He's given us so much for so long. I'm gonna let Sorter get in here. He's giving us so much
get in
for
here.
so long.
We killing. I'm doing a little bit on purpose there.
Point. Yeah, I just want to add to kind of what we've been talking about. I've said it before. We just need these guys' keys to add up, meaning their potential needs to add up to their play. Everybody look good in the uniform. We ain't worried about that. We know what kind of athletes we got, but the potential has to add up to the play.
That's big facts, man. We got a couple of new guys that me and Cal talked about. If you haven't seen the video, go watch that front seven video. Go watch the DB video and the tight end video, man, that we did. We talked about all these recruits we getting because this year, unlike most under Kirby, a lot of these guys are gonna have opportunity. I'm not saying they actually gonna get on the field, but there's opportunity, real life opportunity to get on this field, man. Again, only returning starting defensive lineman that we have is Christian Miller. That's a lot of opportunity to try to get on this field. And Isaiah Gibson and Elijah Griffin, both of those guys, listen, these guys look like Shawty said, we ain't worried about athleticism, how they look in the uniform, because even without the UGA strength and conditioning program, these dudes look like they
look like bulls.
Yeah,
they grown men. Yeah,
right. But E-Rob said in in our DB video, what you do with that offseason going to determine a lot about what you get in the end season. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't take the offseason serious, then we don't know what you're gonna do, and then you be talking about getting in the portal or something. So we need these guys to come in again. You can't ask for nothing. Go ahead, Shawty.
I said that's why a lot of guys gonna be getting a lot of opportunity because of the portal. We can't keep no depth.
Right. And this is the perfect time. It's Georgia Bulldogs in Athens, perennial power, top program in the nation. You got opportunity to get on the field your first year. If you ain't serious, then you're not Georgia material. That's just what I say about it. If you ain't serious about it, you're not Georgia material. So I'm expecting big things out of this defense. I trust.
Segue that pretty nice, Coach.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, dog. Listen, nice. But I'm with CA, man. Listen, we as a program, fans, coaches, players, we've built the standard, and we can't go no lower than the standard. And then when we do, we're gonna get called out for it. You know what I'm saying? Like if the fans, if we ain't taking over opposing team stadium, then we ain't doing our job, because that's what we done built our name on. We go to Notre Dame. We go to
travel,
Tennessee.
baby.
We travel. That's what we do. So, hey, I don't want to hear, hey, the offense ain't scoring. Well, do your part. How about that? That's what the coach always say. You do your part. Don't worry about the next man part.
Don't worry about everybody else doing.
Right. If everybody
Damn,
doing
coach,
their
I feel
part,
judged. I feel
if
judged
everybody
around here,
doing their
man.
part, then it'll add up to a championship. You know what I'm saying? Because we play a part of that.
Championship or bust.
Championship or bust, man. Listen. The fellas are back, man. We'll be back at the end of the spring. Actually, at the end of March, right before the spring game. Spring game is April the 12th. We'll be back the last Tuesday in March 25th. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna try to put out some more content, recorded content for y'all, long form content, diving into these dogs, man, and giving y'all all this information. So y'all make sure y'all liking, subscribing, and shout out to the ones that's done joined us here in the last month. We done had 23 subscribers over the last month, man. Hey, man, y'all appreciate
That's
y'all
awesome.
getting in. Let's grow this family, man. Bring more dogs to the channel, because we're trying to give it to you raw and real, man. No Diddy on that, but we're trying to give it to you.
Before we go, Coach, for the people that came late, I asked the question at the beginning of the show. We got the combine coming up real quick. I got 6 people, 6 dogs here. What were the fastest 40 times run by Bulldogs? Who's the fastest, and what was the time?
Shelby went with Lad McConkey earlier in the
he's not in it. No,
he's not in it. But we did mention Champ Bailey and Eric Stokes. If I had to, Miko Hardman, I think one of y'all said.
I had that.
Right,
Okay.
and then you said it was 6, right? I can give you I can give you the people. I don't know about the times, but I can give you like.
Hold on, real quick. Let me stop you on one thing, Coach. They don't have Stokes in here, and I think because of the COVID,
because
so he's not right. Yep. So he's not listed in here.
Listen, that was shout out to my guy Michael Ratliff. That was my next one, Chris Conley. I think he ran a 4.31, if I'm not mistaken.
He is in here. That one's
right.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he's one of them. Yep.
Right. He ran.
That's crazy.
With the green. That was Eric Stokes. That was Eric Stokes. Yeah. He ran one, but like E-Rob said, now that I think about it, he ran it at
Isaiah?
McKenzie?
He ain't hit the list.
He's not in it. He's not in it.
He was more shifty than he was straight line.
Leave it alone. I lost.
Right. My problem ain't remembering fast dogs. It's fast dogs in the combine.
Right. That's the kind
fast
of
dogs in the combine is the twist, because like my guy number 1 that played corner back in he wasn't that good, but he was super fast. I forgot what his name. He played under Mark Reed.
I know you're talking about
he's a DB. He's
wrong.
He was hella fan now.
Yeah, he ran a lot of reverses.
Yes, that dude.
What was that dude's name?
He's from the city too, man. Y'all
dude fan now.
Right.
I know.
Carlos say Juan. I don't think Juan was
no,
in the top
sir.
Oh no! Come on, Juan. Hold up now. This wasn't supposed to be that, but exactly. But we not gonna. But hold up now.
Yeah, not Juan.
I love Juan, but no.
He ain't no receiver.
Hey, I think Juan.
He fast.
I think he did.
He fast now, but he did. I don't know if he did it in Indy, but I
don't think he went to Indy.
See.
Right.
I don't think so.
Hold up. Warren's son is the quarterback at Auburn. Warren over there, he over there on the plains. I ain't fooling with him right now.
So look, we got Champ, we got Miko, and we got Chris Conley. Brandon Boykins. No. I wasn't referring to Brandon Boykins. He was number 2, and he was a Paul Hornick Award winner, so he was good at everything. So
he
definitely wasn't thinking about him.
Come on, E-Rob, give it to him.
But we
give us the other 3, dog. Give us the other 3.
All right, so look, Coach, you was absolutely right with your first guess for the fastest time. It's Champ Bailey at 4.28 seconds. Second, nobody said this dude. I understand. Keith Marshall, 4.31.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't think
we blew it then.
He was still hurt.
Because of his, see, that's why
I had Gurley all on the mind, but I'm like,
This
That's
is a
a
good
shame.
trivia
It was
question,
Gershel.
because I didn't remember Keith Marshall went to the combine
You
because,
could have
like
put
you
some money
said,
at that.
it's his last 2 years he was hurt. So
Right.
I
Yep.
thought he ran that at Pro Day. So
No,
that's
he
good.
did. I remember him going. I ain't think he was gonna run
Oh,
that
he
damn
was super
fast.
fast. No, he was super fast though.
That little combine.
Yep.
What
So
is that?
and then McCole
Oh,
Hardman was next at 4.33.
Carlos say
Okay.
Brock Bowers.
Boy,
Carlo playing.
yeah, he
You know,
bullshit.
Big bro, he getting the airtime. I like it.
All right.
Man, next was
I
Chris
got a
Conley
splash.
at 4.35. That
Who?
one I was shocked. I didn't know
Who?
Chris Conley was that
Chris
fast. Chris
Conley.
Yeah,
Conley,
yeah. Chris Conley.
4.35.
Yeah. And he had
Okay.
hands like glue. That
Hey,
dude
Yeah,
could-
Doug,
he
guess
actually
who
flew down there.
He
guess
stayed
who
in the
number
league.
5 is though?
Who?
Hold
Number
up, wait a
5
minute.
is what you got, CA?
No, I ain't got no guess. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Keely Ringo, 4.36. I didn't know he ran that
Oh,
fast.
yes. He
Okay, he
won the
went and got that money.
He won the Under Armour Fastest Man Award coming out of high school.
And
What
number
round did
6,
Keely go into? Six?
Keely went in the
Third.
4th round.
Oh, okay.
Fourth round, okay.
They got a list. He went in the 4th. Now this last one, the 6th one. Now I guess nobody would have guessed this in a million years. Lewis Seen at 4.37.
Whoa.
Shout out. That's how you go get that money.
No one would have guessed that.
No, I wouldn't.
4.37.
But
Lewis
that's
Seen.
how he snuck in the early round, though. Then he
Oh,
sneak in
he
the
went
second
first
round. Was
round.
it first?
He went
Hey,
first.
Yeah.
hell of a good money.
That was one of the reasons. Yeah.
That's
Guaranteed
exactly
money.
why. Yeah.
Man.
Shout out to
Guaranteed
Lewis.
money.
Hey, get
Shout
that
out to
money,
him
Lewis.
after the season workout. Whoever he trained with
Right.
was
Wow.
big for him.
Aaron
He ain't
Smith,
lying.
to Caitlin's projection earlier, Aaron Smith will move into that top 6 when he runs this year.
I
I
say
don't
top
know.
4. I see him in the top 3 or 4. I mean,
Yeah,
the
he
top
definitely
4.
running the 4.3. I just don't know
Where he gonna fall in there? Yeah.
Right. I'm thinking like 4.34, 4.35, something like
He's
that.
gonna be right around Chris Conley.
Right.
Now Chris Conley can run. Now who the hell trained him? Because he didn't look that fast at Georgia. He like he
Chris
run,
Conley
but
was
not like
always
that.
fast. He just didn't look
He a
real,
strider.
He wasn't ever
Yeah, he was
our
slide.
right, and he was never our wide receiver
It
one.
took,
So
you know what? It took him a
man.
minute to build up too. Like if you
Shit, guys
jamming
be
him up,
running
it wasn't that.
4.35. Shit, you putting them together quick.
Yeah,
It was different.
long strider too. Long strider.
Yeah.
So hey man, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all joining in with the fellas, man. We'll be back March 25th to talk about that spring game, man, and what we done heard over the times, about the practice and things of that nature. I'm pretty sure some of these guys will get into some of those.
We going. We all
Yeah.
going.
Meet us at the game. Act like you know.
Big fan. Man, get there in Athens, man. Let's support the Bulldogs on this next championship run, man. For my guys, E-Rob, CA, Shouty, JV, and our guy missing action, Cool Cal. I'm Coach I, and as always, man, respect these hedges and go Dogs.
Shout out to Jay Sims.
Go Dogs.
There it is.